Are you waiting for something? You're not waiting!
I'm with Blue Carpet Band. And
Jesus, that's my jacket, sorry.
yes, my child.
That's my childhood. And that had to move in that period of time.
Yeah.
Now that we have Dave's jacket,
It's better than you.
Did you get a shot? Better than his jacket. Better than his jacket.
well, his is rather customized, I will say. It's a bit.
Yeah, it's a little bit customized. You know, it just fell over in the mud and it seemed to come out with a nice print on the outside of it.
Yeah, it's different. Well, did you really get it from Amazon?
Why'd you grass me up like that? No, I didn't.
Where did the name come from? It's an unusual name for a band.
It's a question we get asked frequently, and
imagine so.
everyone kind of expects a blues rock band or something like that, which we started out as. And we started out in Tea Chances, which was a music venue in North London, and upstairs in the rehearsal rooms they had blue carpet, which had all kinds of debauchery done on it.
Oh dear.
And then the carpets were getting ripped up. They were the size of a record, and we thought, why not give away a piece of blue carpet history where we wrote our songs and probably consumed a few naughties on. And we thought, why not? Let's call ourselves the Blue Carpet Nam. It was better than Emotional Filth, which I think the other members came up with at the time.
Edit that bit out, you know. But it's kind of nice to have like an unusual name that's not like.
How did you feel about Emotional Filth as a band name?
I don't know. I feel I'm not a fan of that.
I don't blame you.
We're kind of a big deal, like, you know.
In the mix, it's okay. It's okay.
He is the first guy I interviewed for MPRV.
Do you know this guy?
He's the first guy I interviewed for MPRV.
He's next.
I hope you got a shot of that.
Now we've had TNS coming in and rating the beer. You guys are a little different. You don't have the typical punk sound, yet you're very punk. You remind me of the stuff coming from where I grew up in the Midwest of America. You know, MC5, those types of bands. Even the stuff my father listened to, which was the old rock and roll and all of that. Is that really the passion you guys have and the way you want to go, or is it just the way it organically came?
I was the lineup has changed of the Blue Carpet Band. When we first started out, the guys were doing a lot more kind of the blues stuff, and I joined their band. And then we kind of got bored of kind of playing to 10 men drinking whiskey in the corner. So I decided, let's bring some of my influences, and I wrote the more rock and roll stuff because that's where I've kind of been brought up on and what I like myself. And we've all joined together, and now I think, you know, it's nice to see people with different styles and different genres come in to make the sound that is in my head come out to be what the sound is we have now.
And it really has morphed into something more than just rock and roll, and everybody's trying to come in here. They want the beer.
Yeah, we like to think that it's for us, but it's definitely not. It's definitely not for us.
They're having some credit in the interview, do you know? But we all got different influences, and that applies to the current members and previous members. Myself, more of a hardcore punk background, a bigger influence to me, things like Poison Idea. I like a lot of the modern crossover as well. Obviously, Brendan has his own background.
It's pretty much same hardcore punk, a bit of trad Irish stuff as well. Yeah, just punk rock stuff. Shit. Yeah.
What about you?
I started with the Sex Pistols and I worked my way backwards. I'm in the 50s at the moment.
Not a bad thing.
No, it gets better. Each decade gets better.
That's very true. What about you? What's your passion?
Well, my dad raised me on 77 punk, but my main thing is ska. I love a bit of ska. I love a walking bass line, yeah.
Yeah, so you bring a little bit of the ska influence into the whole mix and just makes it a little even more different. Dave, do you live in London now? Because the rest of them live in London.
Is this a tax avoidance question?
Yeah. Homeland Revenue don't need to know where he lives.
Okay. This is a no comment answer.
You don't need to know my national.
He's an Irish guy who happens to be playing with a London band. We shall leave it at such. You're very active on stage. Where does that come from?
I grew up watching bands play and being on stage. To be honest, I've been on stage since I was 5 years old. So for me, a big part of performing is performing. You're on stage, you want to put on a show. The audience doesn't want to sit there and watch someone staring at their shoes. So I put on a show and hope the crowd enjoys it just as much as I'm enjoying it. Because if you're having fun, hopefully the crowd's having fun too.
This is the first time I've seen you guys, which I have to admit I was really impressed. But your reputation precedes you. And it talks about what an amazing show you put on. So you have done your job.
I'm very happy to hear that. Thank you very much for telling us.
It's still daylight outside.
That's amazing.
The night is young.
I mean, it's probably one of our most sober gigs we've had for a while as well, isn't it?
For you, definitely. Like, regardless of like early or late set, it's the same level of intoxication.
And intensity, I'd like to say.
That's what I meant.
Well, we're still working our way through the fridge, as you can see.
That fridge, there's still some drinks in there.
Still some drinking to be
As well
done.
in the other room.
Well, you have a bit too much alcohol, go get the sugar, and then
bring
come
it all
back to
back
the
up again.
alcohol. Yeah.
Make room
And then
for more.
Make room for more. There are toilets back there, so if it comes back up, please use those.
I am house trained, yeah.
Thank you. It's much appreciated for those of us back here. And you're very glittery. I love that you came out on stage in sparkles in a punk gig. The rest of the guys are all in black, and you've got the most gorgeous sparkles and gorgeous hair.
Oh, thank you.
Do you do that to stand out because you are the woman in the band and say, hey, look, I'm over here actually? Or is it just your style and you like this everywhere you go?
Yeah, it's not really a conscious decision within the band. It's something that I tend to do on any sort of night out. So it's just what I do.
Well, it looks very good on stage. It
Thank
works
you.
together. You and your blue suede shoes. I think you must be Elvis with the hair and the shoes,
We just got to make sure we don't wear the same t-shirt. Me and him have the same shirt, and he was worried that I was going to wear it today. So if we don't wear the same shirt, we were okay.
That's what the group chat's for.
Yeah, it's a hazard of being around playing with bands. You get the same t-shirt off people.
So always pack two t-shirts, guys.
Well, I usually
Just in case.
I usually have a spare t-shirt on stage because I'm known for chundering. And tonight was this is where I'm saying we weren't too drunk tonight because I didn't even ever throw up tonight. It's crazy.
Even a gig if you don't.
His nickname
It
is...
feels like I've kind of missed out on something tonight. Like, I haven't done the job properly. I haven't thrown up.
new nickname is Johnny Chunders.
Oh, dear.
I like
Well,
it.
good.
I think that's better than Punk Presley.
Yes, I will go with that one.
Yeah, Johnny Chunders. That's great.
So, Mr. Chunders,
Yes.
what is the most, or have you had a large accident on stage? Because you do fling yourself about.
There was a time where a lot of people get scared when I do my fall off the stage, and there was a time when I decided to do it off a very high speaker, and one of the bar staff decided to walk right in my falling range, and I didn't take her out. She took me out completely, and she just walked on like nothing had happened. I lay on the floor going fingers, toes, neck. Yeah, I'm all right, and I got up and finished the set. But yeah, I fall off stage a lot, not doing it on purpose, obviously, but there is dangers, and I have had a little injury here and there, but nothing major, luckily.
major.
I used to be
face of a drumstick on multiple occasions.
You almost had, almost slipped on some beer.
I slipped on some beer. I fell on the floor, and then as I stood up, my foot was on my guitar lead. So as I stood up, it slammed the headstock right into my face, and I think I've still got the scar.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I think it was like one of my first gigs. I learned.
That's why you ended up in this band, not a big one.
Calamities. Yeah.
What about you? Any big mishaps?
Big collisions. No, it's so far so good.
One time he left his coat on the floor.
Cross the fingers. Yeah, he
I left
his
my
coat
jacket on the floor. I threw my jacket at Jamel and it ended up on the floor, so maybe that's a subliminal message or something.
That's it.
Well, that's what I was hoping for.
You're a bit horny now.
Only a little.
It is a little one.
What if someone falls on you? I can't add any more to that. There was a question. What if someone falls on you?
What if someone falls on
Someone
you?
falls on me. Probably. I mean, it's happened many a time. They've all fallen on me.
What's next? What's coming up with you guys?
We're currently in a label transition at the moment. I think it's about time we can say it. We're about to sign to Bomber Music, and we're going to release an EP this year on the back of an album early next year. So we're in the process of writing, recording at the moment, and that's our next steps. We've got a lot of gigs booked for the rest of the year, and we hope to rock and roll all over the country and all over Europe and go from there.
I don't know when this video comes out, but we're playing in Hastings at the end of the month at Broken Arrow Fest. So we're playing on the Sunday. That's definitely one to catch. We've got 2 London shows next week, but I don't know when this interview...
It will be after then.
After then.
Later this year.
Check out the gigs page on www.bluecarp.com.
The biggest news that we've got for us at the moment is we've been nominated for a Vive la Rock Award, but it's probably going to come out by the time you guys have put this out. But we'll find out then if we've managed to take the prize. But our good friends Pizza Tramp are in there, and I couldn't wish for someone else to beat us more than them.
Well, they do have the Chunder bus,
They do. I mean, we're Chunder buddies as far as I'm concerned.
As long as it's one of us 2, but none of the others.
Well, as far as I know, the only people are voting for the 2 of you. So,
That's good taste, isn't it?
yeah. And how did that come about?
We're not 100% sure, to be honest. I mean, we're lucky enough to be put in Viva La Rock quite a few times. They've come to quite a few shows. I believe it's off the back of Skegness, Butland's Alternative Weekend last year, where we managed to win our stage and get put on the main stage this year. And all the Viva La Rock people were there. They saw us at Rebellion as well, and I guess it was all contributing factors. We were lucky enough to have a very good crowd for both. So even if our music was shit, at least they thought good of us.
I wouldn't say your music was shitty. I think even on a bad day, you guys are going to sound good.
Shred hard or go yard.
Yeah.
And I think on that note, I'm going to wish you guys the best of luck with the Viva La Rock Awards and with the new album coming out, or EP coming out.
New EP.
EP. I corrected myself.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Didn't hear you.
Thank you for being pedantic. I appreciate it.
wasn't it, Dave? Wrong ear.
Slightly deaf.
What was that? I can't hear you.
I'm going slightly deaf.
Sorry.
Say it again.
All right.
Well, thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you guys, and I hope to see you again soon because it was a lot of fun watching you.
Appreciate it.